What's up, folks? Ed here. Did a little bit of rearranging on the set pieces. Things that you can see now that you couldn't see before, like I've moved Leatherface over here so you can actually see him. He's not hanging over the monitor anymore. Lament configurations back here. If you don't know what that is, then go out and buy or rent. I prefer you buy the Hellraiser movies. Always support Clive Barker. And one of the set pieces that I wanted to bring to your attention, and we're going to zoom in a little bit on this, is this baby right here. Okay? And what this is, for those of you who are wondering, some of you are going, how did he get one of those? I'll explain that. Angie, my wife, and I have become fortunate enough to become friends with Patrick Keith and his wife Vicky Morgan Keith. You know, my wife got the Doom Bunny tattoo, and somehow we got lucky enough for them to give us one of the prop bottles from the movie Bloodwine. And that's what this vlog is about, the movie Bloodwine. I'm going to tell you all kinds of information about how you can find out more about this film and all that kind of stuff. But I did want to point out this bottle, which is going to be a permanent part of the set pieces. Some of you are going, how did he get one? I want one. Well, it's mine and you can't have it. Anyways, I'm going to stick this back up here. And then we're going to talk about Bloodwine a little bit. Okay. First, I'm going to give you all the information about where you can find more information about this movie. Which means I'm going to have to zoom back in a little bit, and I just zoomed back out. Okay. Now, first place we can go is www.doombunnyfilms.com. Also, while you're at doombunnyfilms.com, you can go to the shop, and you can buy your very own Doom Bunny Films t-shirt. Doom Bunny Films t-shirt, like I'm wearing. Price run small to extra large is $14.95. A 2XL, which is what I wear, is $16.95. And those are, you can buy those through PayPal. Alright? Next website we're going to go to is the Bloodwine. And that's www.bloodwinemovie.com. Next we'll go to the MySpace page. MySpace.com/DoomBunnyFilms. Another MySpace page. MySpace.com/BloodwineMovie. Zombie Friends. On Zombie Friends, do a friend search for Doom Bunny Films. YouTube page has clips, trailers, audition footage. In the search box, type Doom Bunny Films. Okay? Also, and I didn't bring this up earlier, but Patrick has just announced that he, as well as some of the cast members, I'm not sure which one, I tried to get a hold of him, couldn't get a hold of him. I know he's a busy man. They are going to be on Parrish Randall's Indie Talk Radio show on Blog Talk Radio. That's www.blogtalkradio.com/HMF Radio. That is 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. You figure out the Mountain and Pacific, because I don't care to do it myself. I'm too lazy. Still a little bit under the weather, too. So, I live in Central, so I care about Central Time. It's 7 p.m. Central. Okay, so get on there and check that out. I'm not a huge proponent of supporting HMF these days, personal reasons. However, I do support Parrish's show because he is promoting and supporting indie horror, and Parrish is part of the Texas Blood himself, as is Patrick Keith. So you're getting 2 members of the Texas Blood for the price of 1, and the price is free. All you have to do is log on to www.blogtalkradio.com/HMFradio. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. You figure out the Mountain and Pacific, which I'm sure it's probably just 6 and 5. But anyways. Bloodwine. What's this movie about? Well, some people are going to liken it to a vampire movie. It's not really a vampire movie. It's more of a drama about 2 friends and the things they go through as friends that has elements of the vampire in it. Okay, so kind of like the movie Dog Soldiers is not really a werewolf movie. It's more of a soldier's movie that happens to have werewolves in it. Well, Bloodwine is a drama that happens to have vampires in it. That being the distinction, and I drew an equation there between the 2 movies, which I'm sure Patrick's wife Vicky will be very happy about, because I know she's a werewolf nut, kind of like I am. Typically, I don't like vampire movies. I was talking to Robert Luke this past Sunday. Today's Thursday, by the way. It was talking to Robert Luke, who just made The Man in the Garage, his first indie feature, which is not a bad first film. Cinematography solid. Anyways, back to Bloodwine. We were down there and we were talking about this film. And I realized that there's only two vampire movies that I really, really, really like, and that's Fright Night and John Carpenter's Vampires. And the reason I don't like vampire movies is because everybody who makes a vampire movie or tells a vampire story has to change the rules to fit their vampires. So their vampires can somehow be more unique than the last vampires we saw, whether they have an aversion to garlic or crosses or whatever it is. And it just becomes annoying to always have to relearn somebody's new rules. Bloodwine does not try to reinvent any of the traditions about vampires. It's all pretty cut and dry, pretty straightforward stuff. So if you're like me and you don't like vampire movies, you should like Bloodwine. I really like Bloodwine. Also, on the Doom Bunny Films website, there is a list of festivals that you can go to see that movie, where they've submitted it. It's already won official selection for Indie Fest in Anaheim, California, which is a fucking momentous thing for those guys. Great job. I'm really, really happy for you guys. Congratulations on getting official selection for Indie Fest. Anybody who knows me knows that I really like Brown Rigg's film Red Victoria. Well, I put Bloodwine right up there, right next to Red Victoria. So now not only are my two favorite indie directors, I not only have one favorite indie director, which would be Anthony Brownrigg. Stacey Davidson would be in there, but I cannot get my hands on a copy of Domain of the Damned. He's having all kinds of problems getting it released. But that'll go right up there too. But now, in the top two positions and they're tied for my favorite indie films, are Bloodwine and Red Victoria. So another congratulations to you guys for giving me yet another indie film that I can pump and promote and talk about all the time to all my friends and everybody I know. One of the last things we're going to talk about, the music. Well, now I'm going to talk about performances real quick. Laura Mines was absolutely fantastic as Brandy. She played just the average great girl next door friend of Andrea. The fact that she walks around nearly naked throughout most of the film is a plus for me. Big cheesy thumbs up, all of Mick Foley. Melissa Johnson plays a very convincing Andrea. If you watch her YouTube videos, you'll see that she's really not a whole lot like her character, so that tells me she did some really good acting. Heather Witzel plays the bitch that you went to high school with, that you had this huge crush on, and now that you're in your 30s, you can't remember why you had a huge crush on somebody like that. I'm pretty sure she's not like that in real life, because if she is, I don't think Patrick and Vicky would have had her in their movie. You don't really tend to associate with people like that. Anyways, they all delivered pretty solid performances for first films. Bloodwine cinematography, the lighting, the set design, the costume design, the story was all fantastic. I highly recommend that you see it the first chance you get. I really, really enjoyed it. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few minutes of the clip from the, I don't want to say it's the title track because it's not titled Bloodwine, but it's played during the opening credits of the movie. It's Blood Rain by the Transistor Tramps. I think they were together with Slick Lady 6 at the time the song was made, but if you search YouTube for the Transistor Tramps, you'll find this. It's called Blood Rain. I'm going to hit play and zoom in a little bit and lean back so you can get a few minutes of this. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. This is Ed. Talk to you later.